Hello there everyone and welcome back to another episode of DML. So about a day or so ago we managed to finish off tier 8 of the Surf's Up event, and that means that we managed to unlock the Pineapple Dragon. And I really do like this dragon, but there we go, milestone complete, Surf's Up event, Pineapple Dragon. So we'll be able to add this guy to our collection very shortly. And I've actually skipped ahead a little bit because I don't want you guys to have to wait another few days. So we are going to hatch this cute little fruity guy right now. He is a literal pineapple. Like, that egg does not look real. Like, how can a dragon produce an egg that is just a pineapple? I don't know. Maybe I don't know the first thing about biology, but the pineapple dragon likes to remind this trainer to slow down and enjoy the simpler things in life, like a good long nap in the sun. He in turn likes to remind it to enjoy getting back to its training. You know, that's pretty fair enough. I can definitely see this guy being a big, lazy dragon because, you know, he's kind of big, kind of cutie. But there we go. He is added to our collection now. That's another epic dragon down. And that's pretty good for our Android account, actually. But, you know, we've been having a lot of events success on our Android account. And, no, nothing wrong with that. I guess it just shows that no matter what your level is, it's really easy to finish off most of the solo events and that. Which is what I've always said anyway, but, you know, people never seem to believe me. I'm telling you. But we'll level him up to level 10 in case we need to use him to upgrade our temples or anything like that. But, don't think we'll be using him on our battle team. Because his elements just aren't good enough. He's kind of, like, weak in all aspects, to be completely honest, and he kind of looks terrifying. Like, look at his scary little tooth sticking out the front of his face. What is wrong with you? And you know what? I actually want to do a fight with this dragon, just for the sake of it. So, where is he? We'll look for plant dragons. We've got Eric. Who else is, like, level 10 that we have? We have our Echo Dragon. Let's use him. And who's another level 10 that we've got? We've got our Comet Dragon as well. But this is just showing you what he looks like in battle, you know. He's got Earth, so he's going to be super effective against these water dragons here. None of these 3 dragons that we're using have upgraded attacks, though, so we don't have, like, damage over time or anything extra. These are just, like, the flat damage that we could possibly do to the enemies here. But, you know, like I said, pretty cool-looking dragon. I love fruit dragons, and we've got that new blackberry dragon that's been added to the game, but we don't know when it's going to be released, so I definitely wanna get as many fruity guys as we possibly can. But I guess this fight was a little bit too easy for us. But yeah, that is the gist of what your pineapple dragon could potentially do in battle. And now back on our Windows account, we just have to collect all of these stupid flying things that just get in the way, and I always end up clicking always the wrong thing because they're just all over the place. But you know, it has to be done if we want to get anywhere in the event. We are currently sitting on tier 9, like I said, where we have to catch 150 creatures, do fights in the dungeon, which we did most of those yesterday, and leveling up dragons. And you know, as always, leveling up dragons is like the simplest little thing ever. Just get yourself a level 1 dragon and just feed them up. Like, couldn't be any easier than that. But the only thing is, the pool on the leveling up dragons is like 2.5 hours, something like that, so it takes forever. I know this tier takes a day and 6 hours minimum on tier 9, and then tier 10 is like 2 days and 4 hours, something like that. So the final 2 tiers would take up like a majority of the rest of the time that we have. But I'm actually not going to be home starting from tomorrow, so I think the chances of us getting the Aloha on our Windows are pretty much, like, not going to happen, but definitely we're going to be getting it on our Android. I know a few people are pretty much already finished, or they're very close to finishing, which, you know, kudos to them, but I don't lose sleep over these solo events or anything. I know a few people do. But, yeah, I don't think it's worth it most of the time. And in the Enchantment League, we've actually gone down a massive lot of ranking. We're down at 1,000 now. So, most of the enemies that we're coming across are quite a bit easier than what they were before. So, we're not running into quite as many level 70s and level 80s and stuff like that. They still do pop up. But hopefully if we can get 3 fights done instead of just like 1, then hopefully we'll be getting a lot more enchantment materials, which will make it so that we'll be able to upgrade our stuff quicker, which is definitely what we're after. I haven't gotten any energy materials in such a long time though. I remember that was always my issue, that pretty much like so many of the enchantment breedable dragons require you to have energy materials, which means that you pretty much never have any, which is quite annoying actually. But I tell you what, I really wish that we had never enchanted our comet dragon here, because I'm just not going to use him anymore. And he's level 3 enchantment. Like, that is so many legendary materials and all that we could have used on, like, so many other things, like our lantern or our pixie. But no, instead we just basically wasted them on a dragon that I thought was okay at the time, but, you know, I wasn't thinking about the bigger picture. Just don't enchant dragons that you don't plan on using on your absolute final team. It is just not worth it at all. But, you know, that's just one of the mistakes that's really easy to make in this game. It's not worth enchanting commons or uncommons, or it's not even really worth enchanting epic dragons either, because a lot of epics, well, I would say that pretty much all epic dragons are worse than any legendary, for the simple fact that epics have a weakness, but legendary dragons do not. And legendary dragons' stats are higher, just base, than dragons of a lower rarity, because that's just how this game works. It's not like Pokemon, where random, just basic Pokemon or starters just have, like, insane stats. This game is based off of your elements as to what your base stat is. So, you know, just something to consider for anyone that's trying to decide on a team like I was. Just don't upgrade your crappy stuff, because legendary materials and apparently energy materials are like the hardest thing to get in this game, apparently. Like, I can get my lantern dragon up to level 70 before I can get any energy materials to breed the plushie dragon, so that just goes to show you how annoying it can be. But, you know, I'll always complain about that. I'll always complain that I'll never have enough energy, no matter what point in the game I am at, whether we finish the whole map, we've bred every enchantment legendary, I'll never have enough. I know that if you buy the purple chest, you're guaranteed higher grade materials, which does make upgrading stuff a lot easier, but I don't want to spend any money. And people are messaging me on Skype. Ignore that. Ignore that, please, if you would. That's just a package notification. But, yeah, I don't know. It's just, I find enchanting really annoying, and the Enchantment League itself is kind of annoying as well. Just because of the way it works and the fact that it lets me know just how weak I am, only having level 70s. I don't like say that when a lot of you probably only have like level 30 dragons, but it is so true. Like, when you get to the higher leagues, in the enchantment or the arena, literally you just get demolished. Because it feels like everyone has level 80 dragons when probably only a small handful of people actually do. But, very disheartening. And I know a lot of people that have level 80 stuff haven't spent a single penny on this game, and you know, they are the true MVPs of this game. I spent quite a lot of money on this game over time, which is why I don't do it anymore, and I still only have like 2 level 70s, so this game really, really does like to drain your life and your soul and your every little bit of being by taking forever, giving me metal element materials and giving me like 2 fine grade legendary materials, which is definitely not what I am looking for, by the way. But alas, what can you do? What can you do, indeedy? We'll just keep collecting more of these, and we do have 2 energy left, so I'll probably just do a couple of these side quest fights, because whenever I get my energy up, I've just been spending it on doing these fights, because Pixie is at almost level 42, which means we've got 3 more levels to go, and then we'll be able to upgrade our legendary temple, which is something that I've been trying to do for like 4 months now. So to finally get that out of the way is going to be a massive weight off my mind because, again, I just wanted to upgrade Andy past level 70, but you can't until you upgraded your stupid temples. And these temples take absolutely blooming forever. Like, you only need the pixie and it costs 35 million. I thought it was like 20 mil. We don't have enough shadow to upgrade past level 80 either, so I guess we can't do that still. So we need shadow stuff at level 45 plus, and do we have plant upgraded yet? No, we don't. Well, I guess I didn't even think that through, but basically we got a lot of upgrading to do, but starting off with little Pinky over here is definitely going to be a start for us. And we still need to awaken her final element, I know. Don't tell me, I already know that. We will put her in the Dragon Academy though, now that I've reminded myself, because this stuff costs a lot of money as well. Just for level 1 legendary it's 150,000. Let's do the wind first, just because wind is going to be more important for us, so we might as well prioritize that. So I'm going to have Pinky in the academy as well. But for now, I'm going to wish you the very best of luck with the Surf's Up event. Like I said before, let me know how you're doing in the event, and if you think you're going to be able to finish off tier 10, taking into account it takes minimum of 2 days and 4 hours to complete it. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, I will see you then.